Nicole Cochran.
Ms. Cochran, you have to speak up.
Nicole Cochran.
Louder.
Nicole Cochran.
If you could, just scoot up a little bit closer to the mic, and that'll help.
Do you know Natalie Cochran?
Yes.
How do you
Yes.
know her?
She's my mother.
She's your mother. Okay. So you've known her all your life, right?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to invite your attention to, let's say year 2017, somewhere around that area. Who lived in your house at that time?
My mother, my father, myself, and my brother.
Okay. Who is your father?
Michael Cochran.
I know. And I just want you to use the initials only. Who is your brother?
M.A.C.
Okay. Amazing. How old is he?
He's 17.
So, about 5 or 6 years ago, he would have been what? 12, 13?
Yes.
What was your mother's job?
She was a pharmacist.
Okay. Where did she work?
She worked at Access Health.
Okay. Was there a time when she quit being a pharmacist?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember the year?
I believe somewhere between 2016 and 2017, I was in middle school.
Okay. What did your father do for a living?
He worked with technology.
What does that mean?
I'm not entirely sure.
You work with computers?
Yes.
Okay. What was, what was the purpose of working with the computers? Do you know? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Did your mother and your father ever establish any business?
Yes.
What type of business or businesses did they have in 2016, 17, 18? Do you know?
Technology Management Solutions and Tactical Solutions Group.
Okay. The first business, what did it deal with? Do you know?
It was a form of federal contracts, I believe, that my father would do for technology purposes.
That your father would do, said?
Yes.
Okay. What type of contracts are we talking about?
I believe they were federal and state.
Okay. What were they doing in plain terms? Buying, selling, what were they doing?
To my knowledge, they were buying technology and reselling them, I believe. But
And
I'm
what?
not.
Speak up.
Sorry, I believe that they were buying technology and like reselling them through bids for the government, but I'm not entirely sure on the specifics.
Okay. Did you ever witness your father prepare any contracts?
I never saw them, but I always saw him working on his computer, and he would say that that's what he was doing,
Say that he was doing what?
that he was filling out contracts.
Okay. Did your mother do that?
No.
Did your father ever talk to you about his job or his work?
All he would say is that he was doing contracts with the government, but he would never go into too many specifics with me.
Okay. Did you have a nice lifestyle in 2016, 17, 18?
Yes.
Tell us about your lifestyle at that time.
I would say that we were pretty wealthy. In that time frame, my father had just gotten a new car,
Okay.
and we had some new boats.
Some what?
Some new boats,
Boats?
and there was talk about buying a hangar for a plane.
Whose plane was it?
It was Chris Davis's plane, but I believe my father eventually wanted to have his own.
Okay. How about motorcycles? Your father had some, didn't he?
He always had one motorcycle, but during that time we bought some new ATVs.
Okay, ATVs. How about that 65 Cobra that we heard so much about?
Yes, that was his new car.
That was his new car. How many houses did you guys have?
We had one that we resided in, and then my father had bought and renovated a house for Chris Davis's aunt, and then we were putting an offer in on a new house for ourselves in Flat Top.
Okay. Did your father also buy an office?
Yes.
Where was that?
It was in Beckley, close towards the park and the Armory, like down that way.
Was life good at that time? Money was pouring in,
Financially, yes.
financially, yes. Did you guys take any exotic trips? No, exotic.
We went to Paris, and
Who is we?
my mother, my father, myself, and my brother, I got asked on a school trip, so
Okay.
they all came as well.
Okay. And whenever you talk about your brother, please use the initials, okay? All right. How long did you spend in Paris?
We were there for 2 weeks, I believe.
Did you spend a lot of money there?
Yes, my dad wanted to shop a lot.
Okay. What did he shop for?
He mostly wanted to go to luxury stores,
Such as
Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton. Okay. And did you guys go to Hawaii too?
Yes, but that was when I was in 5th grade, so
Oh, okay.
it was years ago.
Approaching the top of the hour now. Stick with us. Coming up, more emotional testimony from the defendant's daughter in the Ponzi scheme murder trial playing out in West Virginia. This is Court TV, your front row seat to justice. Expected to be back in court for an important motions hearing concerning DNA in the case and collection of it. In Utah, Corey Richens has an evidentiary hearing ahead of her murder trial. She's accused of fatally poisoning her husband Eric with fentanyl, then writing a children's grief book about it. Let's begin this hour, though, in West Virginia for the Ponzi scheme murder trial. Right now, Natalie Cochran's daughter, Nicole, is on the stand, and it's become very emotional. Let's get you back to court.
It was years.
Who paid for that, by the way? I mean, who went to Hawaii?
My mother, my father, myself, and MAC.
Okay. And how long did you stay in Hawaii?
I believe it was a week.
Okay. All right. Did you, in about 2017, 18, 19, did you do some extraordinary things that involved a lot of money?
I would say the new purchases of the cars and the boats and things would be the main circumstances.
Okay. Where was the money coming from? Do you know?
My father always said that it was the contracts, so I just never assumed anything differently.
Okay. I want to ask you something about, well, did your father ever let you know what was happening on his computer, what he was doing? Was he ever telling you what he was working on other than the contracts?
No, he only ever referred to them as the federal and state contracts.
Okay. Was he secretive about it?
With me, yes, I would say.
Okay. I want to ask you about your father's health. Was there a time in 2000, well, from the, let's say 2015, 16, when you were in middle school, how was your father doing, health-wise?
He was very agitated and irritated mentally, and he was having a lot of headaches, I would say.
Was he always like that?
No.
No, I'm asking you right now about 2015, 16.
Oh.
Was he normal? Was he abnormal? What?
In that time, he was normal, I would say.
What did he do for fun?
He worked out a lot, and he would participate in, like, tough man competitions.
He won one, didn't he?
He got 6th place and won at the fair.
Did he pull a tractor one day or something like that?
He pulled a Hummer, like a military vehicle.
In a competition?
Yes.
Did he win?
No. That was the 6th place
Oh,
one.
that was the 6th place. Did he ever want to be a bodybuilder? Or was he a bodybuilder?
I would say that he considered himself to be, but he never participated in competitions such as that.
Oh, he did. Okay. Did he work out a lot?
Yes.
Did he care about his outward appearance, the physique?
Yes, it mattered a lot to him.
How about the image? Did he care about that a lot?
I believe so.
How so?
He would never leave the house without being fully, like, perfect, I would say. And he wanted everyone to think that he was perfect in a sense and strong, I would say.
Okay. Are you familiar with his medication taking?
Yes.
What was he taking his medication for?
Most of what he took was for gaining muscle, like for working out supplements and things.
Okay. What type of medication was he taking? Do you know?
I know that he took steroids, and he took many other supplements, but I don't know the names of the supplements.
Well, tell us how he did that daily. Did he do it daily?
Yes, every morning.
Every morning. How did he do that?
He would lay all of his pills out on the counter, and there would be so many of them that they would just sit in a whole circle, and it looked like the size of a dinner plate. And then he would scoop them handfuls at a time into his mouth and use the sink water to drain them down. And then he would take the steroids as well.
How many pills were there, just roughly?
Probably around 40 a day.
And you don't know what they were?
No, I remember a lot of them he got from G&C in the mall.
Okay. Where else did he get them from? Do you know?
He said that he ordered his steroids from Mexico, but I don't know the specifics on the other ones.
He never explained anything else about that Mexico?
No, at first he didn't really want my brother and I to know, but we eventually realized what they were, and he told us.
What were those pills?
They were vials of steroids that he would get from Mexico.
And what would he do with that?
He would take them through a dropper, usually in the mornings.
Did he ever inject?
I'm not sure.
Okay. But you saw him use the medication orally and, well, he used the dropper, and what did he do with the dropper?
He would just put them in. He would put them in his mouth.
Okay? So that would be also oral.
Yes.
Oral. In about 2017, did you start noticing any changes in your father's health?
Yes.
What did you notice?
He was very agitated and angry, more so than not. And he was having a lot of headaches. And he would complain about them frequently. And he wasn't eating as much as he used to.
Did he have back surgery in 2017? Do you remember?
I'm not entirely sure when he had back surgery, but I remember him having it.
Okay. How long did he stay in the hospital for that? Or was it an outpatient?
For the back surgery, I'm not sure.
Okay. Did he like to go to hospitals?
No, he hated them.
What did he tell you about these hospitals?
He considered them to be a waste of his time and that he never wanted to be in one again.
Okay. Was there ever a time that he had to go to the hospital in 2018? If you recall?
Yes,
He went there for one day at the end of October 2018.
I believe so, yes.
Do you know what prompted his going to the place where he apparently hated, such as the hospitals?
The doctors, I believe, thought that he had a brain tumor.
Okay.
I'm not sure what led for him to be there, like the
Well,
symptoms.
what did he complain about the time when he first went to the hospital in October of 2018?
I believe it was the headaches
Headaches,
and some dizziness, maybe.
dizziness. Did he ever lose consciousness?
Not in my presence that I'm aware of.
Do you know of him losing consciousness?
I believe it did happen. He got very dizzy and then just got really out of it.
Okay. He came back later that day or the next day, but then he had to go to the hospital on November the 2nd, right?
Yes,
What was wrong with him then?
I believe it was the same thing.
He stayed 5 days in the hospital?
I believe so, yes.
Did you visit him in the hospital?
Yes.
Obviously. What did you observe when you were in the hospital?
He seemed kind of out of it, but he was actually really nice. He said some kind things to my brother and I, because he didn't think he would get another chance to.
Is that what he told you?
He told me that he always appreciated my intelligence and that he never told me that, but he wanted me to know it now just in case he never got to say it again.
Did you take it as a farewell to life for him?
I've always considered that to be kind of like my goodbye.
Okay. But he pulled through and he came home, right?
Yes.
And how did he act and behave after he came back to came back home?
He acted like it never took place, but he was still very angry all the time and he was still having the same symptoms as before.
Can you imagine how difficult this is for Nicole Cochran to be on the stand talking about her late father, who she loves so much, and looking at her mom who's crying on trial for murder?